boy. Let me wax that ass. And that is the one and only, the Whiteout Kings Minnesota Vikings, sitting at 12-2 on the season, tied for first in the NFC North, tied for first in the NFC playoffs, winners of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row, coming in number 3, cracking the top 5 for the first time this season in NFL Power Ranking Bucks edition, Minnesota Vikings.
I think they deserve. We were talking about last week that they should maybe possibly be higher on the list, and you've gone and done it, Buck. They are higher on the list, and I gotta agree with you. They are playing hot. But I'm glad that you mentioned those whiteout uniforms. I gotta admit, I thought they were pretty fugly, if you ask me.
What?
They didn't look like Vikings uniforms to me. They look like some college team. Sorry, just my opinion. But okay, so the Vikings, they've been on a 7-game winning streak. You got to give that to them. Like, that's really good. They've been 7-1 in one-score games. That's really good. And also, you got to talk about their defense. They're number 3 in takeaways, and their defense is number 2 against the run. That's awesome. And then you got to give credit to Kevin O'Donnell. I think he's a very good coach, man. I got to give it to him.
Coach of the year.
I think the whiteout jerseys were fire. I was digging them. But yeah, I think KOC, Kevin O'Connell, is great for that offense. What he's doing with Sam Darnold, I think he's comeback player of the year. Brian Flores has this defense balling out. This defense can get after the quarterback. This is a solid team. The only thing that I worry about is them in the playoffs, having to go, to Philadelphia and playing in a game where they can't just, they have to watch their footing and be careful as to their first steps and stuff like that. Whereas on the turf field, they can just pin the ears back and get after them. I think this is a team, again, much like the Lions, that has to be playing on, indoor stadium. I think they can go into a team like Tampa Bay or the Rams where it's, nicer weather. But I don't think that this team could beat Philadelphia in Philly. So they need to get this number 1 seed.
Yeah, and I want to tell you guys the reason why I have them at number 3 and not higher like many people like Ryan has been all night. They're the second best team. They're the second best team is because of Sam Darnold, right? We saw Sam Darnold miss a lot of easy throws last night. Let's just be flat honest. There were a lot of wide open passes that he flat out missed. I do understand. I think it was the second quarter when he hit his thumb or his pinky on the guy's helmet, and that definitely may have affected him moving forward. But when JJ runs a 5-yard out route and you're on the near hash and you flat out just miss him, that is a recipe.
But don't forget about Justin Jefferson's drop though too. He never does that. I thought that was strange.
Yeah, well, it was a fly on the left side in the end zone, right? In the breadbasket, and just dropped it, right? So the Vikings are still a flawed team, right? Let's not get crazy. Most teams in the NFL are flawed, but the Vikings, 3 of their biggest flaws right now is the durability of Sam Darnold. Can he win a playoff game? He has never been to the playoffs. Can he actually win a playoff game as a starter? Can the Vikings go on the road and win? They're not a very good road team. We have seen it. They lost to the Rams earlier this season, right? And they just don't play top-notch football on the road like they have been at home. And then number 3, their inability to really put the nail in the coffin. They let teams hang around all the time. They had the opportunity to blow out the Chicago Bears, but Justin Jefferson's drop, just like you said, Mark, the missed passes, right, and the missed tacklings, and you allowed the Chicago Bears hang around, and they also play up and they play down to their competition. So that is I guess 4 flaws with the Minnesota Vikings. But guys, I do have them at number 3. I'm going to get ridiculed by being a homer. You hate the Vikings. I've been deemed as Viking hater, and I don't understand why. I told you guys they were going to drop 2 games in a row, and they did. But hey, it is what it is.
Well, Buck, I hate agreeing with you, but I think you're right. I think Sam Darnold is one of those quarterbacks. He is slow to start. I think that is part of the reason why their team is slow to start. So if he can get a faster start, they might be better.
Yeah, I think the fastest start they had this season when they jumped out to the Lions was it 14-0 early, or no, it was the Packers game. They jumped out quickly 14-0, but they almost lost that game. So it was crazy. Josh Olson says the Vikings have played an easy or a soft schedule for many, many weeks now. I have them at number 7. Wow, that is low.
Did he misspell the Denver Broncos there?
Did I? I don't know. Did I forget to put trash can there? Oh, not bad. Laura says, I heard he had a pinky injury going into that game too. Sucks to sucks. Alpha Rob says 12 is going to strike on the Cinderella Sam Darnold soon. Is it a Cinderella story though? Do you guys think this Sam Darnold playing this season is the Sam Darnold that we expected to play coming out of USC, or is he actually a Cinderella, Mark?
That's a good question, because the Cinderella usually just means like one really good season. So if he goes somewhere else, like let's say he doesn't stay in Minnesota and he goes somewhere else and he has a crap season, so then then it would be a Cinderella story. But the question is unanswered, and we have to wait. This is a wait and see, and we have to wait and see to see what he does and where he goes, if he stays, if he goes somewhere else and fails.
Right. Yeah, and Laura says I don't think they played their best game last night either. They did not. I mean, they definitely started out hot, but they kind of tinkered off really, really quick. But coming in at number 3, I do have the Minnesota Vikings. Now, coming in at number 2,